Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Completionist. For this episode, guys, I'm going to do episode 4 of a series I've been doing on this channel for a very long time. And this is going to be episode 4 of 5 gaming channels that deserve 1,000 subscribers. So I really don't want to spend a lot of time, reiterating, a lot of the stuff that I've already said in the previous videos in this series, but for anybody who's new to this channel, what this series entails is that what I do is I take 5 gaming channels that I'm subscribed to, and I literally give them a shout out to help them reach that goal. One of the reasons why I felt compelled to do this is back in the early days of YouTube. One of the most common types of videos you used to see is a lot of shout out videos. You had a lot of other video game channels shout out other smaller channels because sometimes on YouTube it's really hard to get yourself noticed, especially when there's like hundreds and even thousands of video game channels on YouTube. And for the most part, all it takes is just a shout out from a popular YouTuber to finally put your channel on the map. And especially nowadays, it's something that I don't really see that often. Even though I'm considered a very small channel in the grand scheme of things, I would have never gotten to the point where I was, if it wasn't for a shout out from a really good friend of mine, Dinky Dana, almost 4 years ago. For the longest time I was only teetering around, 40 to 50 subscribers, but when he shouted me out, he had 5,000 subscribers at the time, and he brought a lot of new subscribers to my channel, and I will always forever be grateful for that. So when it comes to me shouting out the channels, guys, it's I do look for the criteria. You do need to have less than 1,000 subscribers, because let's face it, for the majority of us, we certainly have more important responsibilities, not only to our own full-time jobs, but sometimes to our significant others and to our families, that YouTube can't be a full-time thing. It can't be a stable source of income, and unfortunately for a lot of us, especially the working class, free time can be a luxury not a lot of us can afford. So a lot of these channels, for the most part, gaming is a hobby. And I think for a lot of us, especially the people who don't take YouTube too seriously and just want to have a bit of fun with it, especially showcasing a hobby that they love, for the most part, I think 1,000 subscribers is an excellent goal for a lot of us to reach, because let's face it, for all the gaming channels out there, we'll never be as popular as some of the really huge video game channels, but it's never our ambition to ever become popular. More than anything, we just want to do something we love and show that to the world, especially if it's a hobby that helps define us, or if it's something we're really passionate about. So let's move on to the channels, guys. The first channel I'm going to shout out is a channel I've been subscribed to for the last year. I actually really enjoy this channel, not mainly because we share a lot of the same gaming tastes. We're both huge JRPG enthusiasts, but the reason why I like this guy's channel is not only does he do pickup videos, but he also does video game reviews as well for a lot of prominent JRPGs, especially for the PS1 and the PS2. And that channel's name is Boss and Birth. With Boss and Birth, he makes a really excellent channel, and I think one of the major appealing things about his channel is his video game reviews. He is incredibly well spoken, and he knows how to get his point across within a very short period of time. The majority of his reviews, if not all of his reviews on all the JRPGs that he has done, they've been done within 10 minutes. And I think for someone to have the ability to do that is a great, makes some really excellent content, because unlike me, I like to ramble, and unfortunately a lot of my videos go needlessly long because sometimes I like to be overly descriptive. Anybody who's aware of my channel for a long time, and especially when I comment on other people's channel, I end up making these very long-winded comments because, you know, I usually have a lot to say. And to usually get a short video out of my channel is a very rare thing indeed. But you know, with Boss and Burf, he makes excellent pickup vids, and he makes some beyond solid JRPG reviews. So, you know, if you do like, you know, pickup videos and actually seeing reviews of some of your favorite JRPGs, you know, I highly recommend you check this channel out. Alright guys, for the second channel, it's actually the Funny Nerd. The reason why I like this guy's channel is, you know, he's a family man, but he makes content very regularly. You know, you will see a video from this guy's channel at least once a week, maybe even 2 times a week. And you know, it's, as I said before, you know, he's a family man, but he's incredibly well spoken. You know, he does a wide array of videos. You know, he not only does pickup videos, but he does discussions on some of his favorite games that he enjoys. He's also an amiibo collector. He tells some really excellent gaming stories. Some of the stories he has told really exemplify the fact that, you know, the guy has a heart of gold and he's not afraid to pay it forward, which is kind of a rare quality, you know, to find in people nowadays. But I think one of the reasons why I do like this guy's channel is, you know, he really encourages discussion on his videos. He wants people to comment. He wants people to really enjoy his stuff. You know, he's not going to be a slave to his audience, because at the end of the day he wants to do the things that he loves. But he appreciates any kind of opinion towards any of his videos whatsoever. And I think it's a really admirable quality. You know, it's not only that, but you know, he will talk about any game, whatever game he is playing, but to build from that, he will actually take games that are loved by a lot of people, and he will provide very valid reasons of why he does not like those games. And you simply don't see that very often. You know, a lot of people will usually stick to games that they really enjoy, or, you know, that there's more positives in the game than negatives. But nothing's going to hold him back from giving a game a try, especially if it's something he's technically interested in. I don't think, you know, he watches videos in the sense that would spoil the game for him, so all of his the game discussions and reviews come across as very genuine. And the best thing of all is that even when he technically disses on a game, you know, the people who comment on his video are actually very respectful about it, because, you know, he actually makes some really good points, and he understands one of my gaming fundamental rules, and that is taste is subjective. What may be appealing to one person may not be appealing to another person, and he is very good at really explaining those points. You know, it kind of breaks my heart. You know, he only has a very small subscriber count, because, you know, he speaks well, he gets his points across very well, and he's actually a hell of a lot of fun to listen to. And, you know, he will respond back to your comments, and he's actually very respectful about it, and he's incredibly polite. I've even had conversations with him, so I couldn't have an issue with him if I tried. So if that's the kind of content you would be interested, you know, I highly recommend you check him out. Also, before I move on to the third channel, guys, that I'm going to shout out, just a small point, you know, I just wanted to do is, when I do these shout out videos, I simply don't like to just simply, you should check out this channel and that's it. I like to go into great detail of why you should subscribe to these channels. And I'd like to provide very detailed reasons why, because I want to give people an idea of what to expect when it comes to watching these channels. But please understand, like, don't subscribe to these channels for my sake. Like, go to the channel, click on a video that you might be interested in, and if that person does appeal to you, then by all means subscribe. And if their channel doesn't appeal to you, then don't subscribe. It's like I said before, taste is subjective. A gaming channel may be appealing to one person, but it may not be appealing to another person. And I think for the most part, everybody understands that. Alright guys, for the third channel I'm going to shout out is a channel I've only been subscribed to for a couple of weeks. I was made aware of this guy's channel from a video that the Happy Console Gamer did. And obviously, anyone who's watched my channel for a long time, the Happy Console Gamer was one of the two people that, gave me inspiration to actually start my own channel. And the video that he did is that he actually did a tag response to a small YouTuber's video, which is actually really nice to see. And the question that he addressed is that, what would you like to do with your game collection when you die? What is going to happen to it? And he actually made a really good response video to that video, but the original video came from a gaming channel by the name of LifeSpiller79. And to see Johnny do that, to do a tag video from a very small YouTuber, it's like I said before, it was very nice to see. I don't know if he was tagged, but I guess the video must have made such a great impression on him that he decided to do his own response to it. And when I seen that response, I decided to check out this guy's channel for myself. And even though he does Let's Play videos, and even though I'm not particularly fond of Let's Plays, he has a wide array of different content. But I think the biggest thing I do like about this person's channel is his discussion videos, not necessarily about games in general, but about video game culture, about things with regards to video game collecting, things along those lines. He doesn't sugarcoat his opinions. He's not afraid to say exactly how he feels about specific things. One of the newest videos he did was his top 5 video game pet peeves. And that was a really excellent video as well, and I made a really detailed response trying to explain, the first 5 video game pet peeves that come to me. But he offers really excellent content. He does pick up videos. He talks about some of the games that he does enjoy. But he makes really excellent content, and he's really close to that 1,000 subscriber mark. I think getting that response video from Johnny really helped that channel grow a bit. And I'd like to give him the final push to actually get him to that 1,000 subscriber benchmark, because I think he's found his calling. I think he knows which videos appeal to his audience the most, and I really hope he continues his discussion videos about video game culture, because I often find them to be the most interesting. But not only that, but like I said, he offers a ton of different content as well. So don't be afraid, to go to his channel, and hopefully you'll find something that you really enjoy. So for the fourth channel, guys, the channel that I'm going to shout out is probably one of the most enjoyable channels I've watched in a while. In this channel, there's no fancy editing. There's anything along those lines. It's mostly a pickup video, a pickup channel with regards to him showing, what video games, he finds at flea markets and garage sales and stuff along those lines. But, I find that I can relate to this person a lot, because his most enjoyable videos to me is the videos that he does with his daughter. And I can't help but smile when I watch these kind of videos with him interacting with his daughter. You know, he actually takes his daughter out on, you know, going to the flea markets and the garage sales, and she'll actually show the games that, you know, he actually picked up in the video. And I just love the interactions, you know, between father and daughter, because she actually steals the show from him quite a bit, and I find that really adorable. And the channel's name is Mr. Santastic, and his daughter's name is Miss Mini Santastic. And it's kind of funny because, you know, there's kind of like a running gag on his channel, you know, and it's kind of based on the whole WWE Attitude Era, that Mr. Santastic only has dozens of fans, while Miss Mini Santastic has millions of fans. So it's something we kind of poke him and like grill him a little bit, because you know, she does steal the show. You know, with some of the gaming videos, and you know, I just find the interactions between them both to be really adorable, and in a way, you know, it kind of makes me, you know, a little sad, and you know, I don't mean to be a little emotional here, but you know, a lot of you guys know that, you know, I work away from home. I only get home twice a year, and you know, even though I don't have any kids of my own, and there's really no plan to have any kids. You know, I do love hanging out with my nieces and my nephews. I love them to death, but I never get a chance to see them that often. You know, they like to refer to my wife and I as the cool aunt and uncle, because, you know, we have a ton of video games and, you know, cartoons and movies and that kind of thing, and you know, we like to spoil them a bit, and you know, really make their stay enjoyable every time that they come over. And it just breaks my heart, you know, I don't get to share those kind of moments with them. But you know, to watch videos, you know, especially when gaming parents, you know, interact with their with their kids, you know, it just brings a smile to my face, because it's just really adorable to watch parents trying to corrupt kids, you know, with the classics and not necessarily the new age stuff. And I think Mr. Santastic does a really good job of that. You know, he does some excellent side content with Grimsy42, and not only does he do just video game pickup videos, but you know, he does game discussion videos with regards to certain video games, or things with regards to video game culture and video game collecting, and he does catch on a bit of wrestling content as well, if you are into that kind of thing. So if that sounds really appealing to you, then I definitely recommend you check out Mr. Santastic. I think he only has like around 250 subscribers, and he certainly deserves more, and a lot more people need to watch him. And the last channel that I'm going to shout out, guys, is a channel I was only made aware of maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. And it kind of breaks my heart a bit, because this guy's channel only has a little over 400 people. And I don't think a lot of people know of him. And I actually came across his content accidentally. And the reason why I came across his content accidentally was, if you want a very controversial gaming opinion of mine, one of my most controversial gaming opinions with regards to video games in general is I prefer Chrono Cross over Chrono Trigger. And a lot of people would get really pissed off and with that, because a lot of people consider, you know, Chrono Trigger to be the best JRPG of all time, and for the most part, you know, I'll agree with them to that extent. You know, Chrono Trigger to a lot of people is the greatest JRPG of all time. It's probably like the best JRPG on the SNES for a lot of people. It's a very easy pick up and play JRPG. If you're trying to get your kids into JRPGs, Chrono Trigger is a great game to start them off on. But one of the reasons why I prefer Chrono Cross over Chrono Trigger, just to sum it up real quick, is that I think Chrono Cross has the most beautiful musical soundtrack of any video game out there. And not only that, I find the game a lot more emotional. And the game is very sad. And it's just, even though you know, Chrono Cross has a huge cast of characters, a lot of them, you know, aren't really built upon at all. But I just find that the game has a lot more emotion behind it, and I think that's one of the reasons why I prefer that game over Chrono Trigger. Now, going back to the fifth channel, the biggest problems that a lot of people have with Chrono Cross is they find the story way too complicated than what it needs to be. Chrono Trigger is a much more has a much more simpler story, and the fact that Chrono Cross has way too many characters. So I just decided, you know, to look up information on Chrono Cross, and somebody actually did a really excellent plot analysis of Chrono Cross. And the person that did that is a channel by the name of TheCompletionist. And he actually did both a plot analysis for both Chrono Cross and Chrono Trigger. And he did it so incredibly well that I am very surprised that his channel doesn't have more subscribers. He made the stories of both games so easy to understand, and he actually did it in such a way that he's incredibly well spoken. He used excellent visual aids that anybody who had any kind of difficulty trying to understand both games would find it very easy to understand after watching these two videos. I think this channel has really found his calling. I think he knows, I would like to think that he knows that this is what he needs to do to kind of really separate himself from like a lot of other video game channels out there. You know, that he took information from the Chrono Compendium and made it into an excellent video series. And he's already done 2 parts to talk about the Chrono storyline, and now he's going to do a part 3 as well. So hopefully that's going to be up in the next couple of weeks. And I made a comment on his video saying that you know, like I think you really found your calling. I think this is what you need to do. You know, basically, if you have any free time, you should take games with very difficult storylines or storylines that are very hard to understand and actually do a video series on it. Because he makes it very professional. It's, as I said before, he's incredibly well spoken, he's really good at getting his points across, and he's very good at explaining things with excellent visual aids. So I really hope he continues to do this series. And that's the main reason why you should check this guy's channel out. I think he's only a couple of steps away from becoming really big. And I think one of the reasons why, you know, I do like how he explained the Chrono Trigger story and the Chrono Cross story is that he used very little humor. You know, he kept it serious, he kept it straightforward, and he kept it simple. And sometimes, you know, I don't like channels that really try to kind of force the sense of humor, because it comes across not genuine and especially not funny. Because one of the channels that I did shout out, I think on the last video I did, he just recently reached his 1,000 subscriber benchmark, and he literally has one of the funniest shows I've ever watched for a long time, and he only has a little over 1,000 subscribers, and that's VZ shows, and he does a series called I Like the Video Games. And that's an example of a channel that really uses humor well, and it comes across as genuinely funny and not forced. So, you know, if you are a Chrono Trigger fan or a Chrono Cross fan, I highly recommend you check out TheCompletionist's channel. So anyway, guys, those are the 5 channels that you should check out and help them reach their 1,000 subscriber goal. And just in closing, guys, the biggest thing I just want all you guys to understand is that even though I'm a channel with with just a little over 1,000 subscribers, getting a shout out from me is not going to automatically get you to that 1,000 subscriber benchmark. You know, if I could do it, I definitely would. But you know, if I can bring at least a couple of new subscribers to your channel, and I really hope the new people that do subscribe to your channels enjoy your channel as well, I hope they can shout you out and actually get more people to actually come to your channel and actually appreciate them, much how I appreciate these channels for all the wonderful content that you've offered me. And also for anyone else watching this video, guys, you know, if you want to do a series like this, if you have channels or friends that you know that deserve to make the 1,000 subscriber benchmark, you know, don't be afraid to do a video like that, because it makes people feel appreciated, you know, when you let them know that they actually make really really awesome content. And in the grand scheme of things, YouTube would be a much better place, you know, if we focused on the positivity and helped channels grow instead of just focusing on the negativity and often putting people down. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of The Completionist. So as always, take care, and I wish you nothing but the best.